Hey everybody, Coach Askin, and today guys, I'm here doing another anime review, and this anime review is to King's Game Episode 2, guys. So let's get into it. So guys, in this episode of King's Game, well actually before I say it, for people, I just found that out after I watched the episode when I done the review of it. I actually just found, after watching someone else's review, I found out this is actually based I found out that King's Game, the King's Game, the anime, it's actually based on the second game, like the second season, the sequel to the original King's Game. In other words, the King's Game anime is not focused on, well, it does focus on parts of the first one show, but actually it's mainly focused on the second game of King's Game. So the sequel, it's a sequel pretty much. It's the sequel of the original King's Game that the anime is adapting, even though there's no other anime adaptations for the original. Now, what I've got to say it's possibility from what I saw for this episode, they might have first few scenes in the second game, and then move on to the first game, and then go back to the second game, first game. They pretty much I feel like this is how the King's Game, the anime, is gonna do things. Because from what we saw in this first episode, in the second episode, first up, at least half of this episode was focused on the previous King's Game, which I said before was the first King's Game. Not just in the main, I'm not talking about in the anime itself, I'm talking about the overall series, because there's actually a Season 1 and a Season 2, a prequel and a sequel. There was an original game for King's Game before it became an anime. And the original, and this is what the first half of it was based from the first few deaths or the first few scenes from the original game. Now, the episode starts off with, again, the after effect from what happened the end of last episode. Someone died from body and that's decaying, and he ends up dead there. And everybody's like shocked and everything, and then and then it seems like our main character Nibuki, I think I say his name, I might be wrong. What he does, he then tells he tells him the story of what happened to one of his friends in the past, in the previous King's Game. And this is what happened in the previous King's Game, and this is when it goes to the flashback, technically, for pretty much half of the rest of the episode. Half the episode, it focuses on this part. You see the beginning part. His old class, including him, didn't believe that this King's Game was a real thing. So, and one of the King's Game orders was that this guy had to grope this girl, I can't remember the names, but they're dead anyway, so, but had to grope one of this girl's boobs. If he didn't, or they're gonna hang themselves. They would hang themselves if he didn't obey the order. And of course, and he tries, pervertedly by the way, he actually tries because he actually wants to, but obviously he got blocked out, and then when everybody just tries to refuse it, of course he stops, and he actually stops for the rest of the day, and as you guys have already noticed, from what I said, they're already dead. As he didn't actually grope them, him and the person he supposed to grope both hanged themselves and died. But they all just thought like it was a coincidence, like this cannot be guys, if it happened on the day when they said they were hanging themselves, he doesn't do it, honestly, something fuck is going on. No one would die, no one would die coincidentally like that. Like, death coincidences. That doesn't fucking exist. Death coincidences don't happen. There's no such thing of death and ends up being a coincidence. There's no such fucking thing. Any goddamn thing that involves someone's death, it means usually something goddamn serious is going on. But I think what made sure people think that way is because of our generation saying death threats and stuff, and as we all know, it's more like he chose than anything. Fuck no. that wasn't the case, obviously, but I think as they believe it's just a troll and everything pulling that off, a joke, that just shows you how far gone we humans think of death. How lightly we think of death. Until we actually know something actually happened or see it right in front of us. It just shows you how our generations have become, which I feel disgraced about, by the way. But it does show a realistic point of view of what could have happened if it actually does happen. Someone sent, some mythical being or some form of psychopath sends a text to someone saying, if you don't do this, I'll kill you, or saying, I'm gonna kill you. The problem is, like I said, in Jar Jar, we think it's a troll, it's like, heh, and then when you find out, and then soon, like, this person who actually sends it actually commits the act, it just shows you that, don't take death, even if it ends up being, don't take death threats lightly. Anything that is offensive, anything troll, like, even trolls, you goddamn trolls, I'm gonna admit this, don't take your words lightly, because they could come back at you, and possibly you might psychologically make the person you're trolling actually do the same thing back at you. Not just a troll thing, I mean actually do what you said in their troll. Like, go die, and they end up coming to you, if they find you, of course. They have to be very good at finding you, because not many people can pull it off, but I'm just saying, obviously, I'm just gonna say this, obviously you should not I know I'm ranting about going into, death threats, trolls, and stuff like that, but just think about it. If someone does send you a death text, I'm just saying, you should still be aware, and if it's an order or something, okay? Like, telling someone to grope someone, like, again, that is, again, trying to grope someone without their permission, like, actual permission, you try to forcibly do it, yes, that is a crime. That is a complete crime, and even if it says your life is on the line for it, again, that is wrong. But the problem is, as a series of supernatural one, it's a possibility, unfortunately, it will happen. It's a supernatural series, obviously, but in real life, more likely not. And it's the only way someone's gonna kill you if they're there in person, or they have some form of trap mechanism or something like that on them that can kill someone from a far distance. But that is the only way someone who give you orders to do something would kill you. But in a supernatural standpoint, they don't even have to know you. You don't even have to know you're properly existing or not. If they say you have to do it, you have to do it because it's a supernatural thing. They will kill you because it's supernatural. That's how it sort of works, the supernatural thing. It will just happen. It won't have a reason. It won't have someone who would commit to it. Like, there would be no specific person committing it. It would just be a supernatural thing that happened to them. I'm just saying that. So, but obviously, even though it's supernatural, I'm just saying, if someone is going to send you those texts, don't, again, still accept maybe might be a troll, but still keep your guard up. Just keep your guard up at least. Just keep your guard up at least. Just to be aware that this possibility, this possible troll could actually be the real deal. Just saying that point. Now, back to the main thing. Sorry for the rant there. But, yeah, so after getting, so as these two didn't do what the king said, of course they hanged themselves. Now afterwards, we get another of our main character's friends who got tested and said these two guys have to have sex. They need to have sex. If they don't have sex, they will hang themselves. Now, obviously, and found out this girl he has to have sex with already has a boyfriend, and the boyfriend, he fucking denies it. He don't want this guy to fuck his own girlfriend. So obviously, you know, he's the rough and pissed off type. So obviously, what he tries to do is threatening him. If you do that, I'll kill you. I'll kill you. That's what he pretty much says. Obviously, the actual guy who got the text was afraid, and it seems like she was also a bit afraid as well, because they end up doing it. They actually both end up doing it. They both had sex. We don't see it. We actually don't see the sex scene, but they do say, they actually say it themselves. not verbally, but the information gets found that they actually did have sex. So because the text saying they done the deed, they done what the king said. So obviously they had sex. Now afterwards, next day at school, of course the boyfriend, knowing he done it, he fucked his girlfriend, he fucking beat the crap out of him. And then we also found out he got a text from the king and saying, send a text to someone and order them to die. Specific way? Don't know. But he says, we ordered you to die. He sent it to, and obviously, it's the guy who, and obviously as he's beating the person up, the boyfriend of the girl this guy had to fuck, he's the one who got given that text, saying, from the king, telling him to send a text to someone to kill them, to go die, and obviously, guess what? He followed all it, believing it's maybe just again, not the real deal, obviously done it out of rage. Obviously, he wasn't gonna meant for it, even though he might want it in a way, because after he's pissed off his girlfriend got fucked by him, and obviously that his girlfriend willingly let it, because they both willingly done it. They willingly done it, because they both were scared this could be the real deal. Obviously, because of two of their friends, and they truly believe that this was gonna happen. Obviously, that means after he sent the text, obviously now this guy's life is on the line now. That means in 12 hours time from the text, he will get hanged. He will be hanged. He will hang himself. Now, we found out, he and the main character, Nubuki, they both have a same interest. They both like music. It seems like also Nubuki's best friend also like music. They both like music, and they like to form a band. And after he tells them once they both found out they have the same kind of dream, they want to form a band and become a proper musician. They went to this guy's house, who we found out his father is a director in music and stuff, who also is goddamn rich. They go to his house so they can distract him, so he won't commit suicide. He won't hang himself, so you can distracted and sing all the time. Now, unfortunately, what ends up being in the end is that after they practiced and it looked like it was the time he should have hanged himself, and obviously it didn't happen, the clock they were focused on was not a digital clock. We all guys goddamn know. If they send in text by phone, obviously they want the actual time to be goddamn exact. And unfortunately, a non-digital clock will not be goddamn exact. It will never be goddamn exact. It'll be still maybe a few minutes or a few seconds off from the actual time. So obviously, believing that they made him survive, once he noticed the guy who posted to hang himself saw like he had no drink. There was no drink after. He didn't have any drink left after he performed practicing stuff. He decided to go to the kitchen to get himself something to drink, and soon later, the guy, Nibiki's first love, the person he was in love with first, as you guys know, he was in love with someone, but before he came into the second game's new school, before he get transferred to his new school, ringing him saying, is this guy alright? Is he okay? And saying, because it's nearly time for the time he should die. And if he's like, and obviously, as you know, and realize that, oh crap, and he runs after it, and he then, after opening the door to the kitchen, he sees him hanged and dead. And after that, the flashback is done, and we go back to the main scene. Now, the next main half of the rest of the episode goes back, focused on the second game section. And one thing, the main girl, holy personality switch, because we found out that first up, she and this other guy, the one she was not in love with, the main character, she's in love with supposed to be in love with the main character. She's supposed to be in love with the main character. Now, this is a lot of things happen. First up, she gets a text order from the king, and this other guy as well, another guy in their class, got a text from the king saying that these two people, the main girl and this other guy, have to have sex. Again, another sex thing. Like, goddamn, they have to have sex. If they don't, they die. Now, obviously, the girl tries to deny it. The main girl, she tries to deny it, and all the other girls are trying to deny it as well. The other guy tries his best to actually try and force himself on it. Obviously, after nearly getting forced into it, she does pack him up, but after pushing him back, even though she had them down on the ground, what she ends up doing is that her personality switches. She kicks him in the stomach, and then her personality completely switches. She's no longer this kind, loving girl. What she ends up being is a freaking psychopath. Crazy girl. And I've seen these characters before. And I've got to say, goddamn believable, her freaking personality. Like, when I saw the opening, before I saw the opening in this episode, like, we saw the opening of this episode. Now, in the opening of the episode, it does show her face being, like, crazy, like psychopath crazy. Like, I was like, she goes psychopath crazy? When does that happen? Like, so that means it gave me preparation to expect her to go crazy. Now, of course, I was maybe expecting her to go crazy midway or halfway through the series. Or midway or near the end of the series. But no. Halfway through the episode, we find out she goes crazy. She goes crazy, man. Fuck. And then tries, of course, to have sex. And then what she does is she now takes the dominant side. She said, fine then, let's have sex. And what she does, as she's a girl, most girls don't try stripping everything off in front of public. They won't do that most of the time, unless they're actual sluts. But obviously, she's not really a slut. Obviously, she's just a psycho. But after going psycho for some reason, she just now goes and tries to strip. And everybody's like, stop, what are you doing? You're a girl, what are you doing? And then suddenly, Nubuki tries to stop. And then suddenly she turns on him. And saying, Nubuki, I want to talk to you a bit. And obviously you know what's going to happen at this point. I thought, because you're the person who survived in the previous, going to be useful somehow, but no. And then what she does now is that she then starts to blame. She now does the trick thing, because after all, she's got them naked. Like, it was quite fucking obvious, but psychologically, no one's sane right now. No one's fucking properly sane right now, and they obviously don't even realize, and they're scared of her right now. They were easily convinced that they believe that our main character, attacked her. They believe they sexually attacked her. She's playing out, and pretending that he attacked her, even though it was quite obvious, including the guy who got forced and kicked down by her. She didn't try to defend him either, and and the guys just keep on kicking him and everything. And then afterwards, you see that the same exact thing happens. Nearly the exact same thing happens with him that happened to these other guys. That first up, another girl in the other class, not the psycho girl, not the main psycho girl. Another girl, an innocent girl among their class, got a text saying she needs to send a text to someone to go die. And obviously, as she got given that text, guess what Psycho Girl does? She tells her, send a text to Nubuki so he can die. Send it to him because he's done this to me. And whoa. Psycho. And obviously, she's hesitant, like, obviously, because even though she's still not fully aware of everything, because she's still shocked that everything is happening, I think she's understanding that she's not sane right now. She's not sane. Everybody's realized she's not sane. She's crazy right now. She's not the person she originally was. So that is quite. And the episode ends with, again, a little flashback of something happening at Nubuki again, back in the past. And a little flashback again, and Nubuki in the past, and some people trying to find him for some reason. We don't know why or anything, but that was the case. And then afterwards, the episode ends with that, with Nubuki on the ground begging, please, and having his hand like in the air, like that is directly pointing, like not pointing, but hand in the air behind the two girls, the crazy girl and the one who has the text that's saying, send a text to someone to go die. Here saying, save me, how, like all that kind of shit, and obviously, an episode ends and it's just a freaking goddamn cliffhanger. A cliffhanger, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Like, he's supposed to be the main character, so what's gonna happen there? Is it gonna be episodic? Is it gonna be like Higurashi? Death scenes and then suddenly gets revert back to the beginning again, and then, like, is it gonna be a Higurashi here? Or is it gonna be, like, something else? What is it? What is it gonna focus on? What is gonna happen? It's a supernatural series, so I do somewhat expect maybe to go the Higurashi way. I do expect that maybe they might take the Higurashi way, which, well, that'd be cool if they did that, because I liked Higurashi. I watched all 3 seasons, I think. Yeah, including all 3 seasons, including the little OVA ones as well. So 2 seasons. I watched the main 2 seasons and the spin-off OVA, like all those, like, some reason they made it comedic. The other ones, even though it was a goddamn horror series, but I watched the main 2 seasons. I enjoyed it. So, but yeah, overall, that's pretty much episode animation. Whoo, got to say, for the gore, oh my god, like hanging motion, the actual motion, and the facial Higurashi faces. That's the face level of their faces right now. This is like, fucking hell, that, like I said, the art for that and the man. And the scene, that is fucking, I gotta say, that's fucking good. But, I think, I gotta say, the main girl, fucking hell, I feel like this persona of hers might be her, because there's no way she'd be instantly done that. If she was the true innocent girl we thought she was, she wouldn't be acting like this right now, just from seeing what's happened right now. It'll take a long period of time for that to happen for her. But no, she just went psycho straight like that. So there's a possibility either she was already going through hell to begin with, or the second thing is that this is actually her true personality. She's been fooling everyone to this time again. She was a psycho bitch to begin with. She tries to hide it, pretending to be all good, and then suddenly she showed her actual person is a psycho bitch, a psycho fucking path. So yeah, and overall, that's all I got to say. Hey guys, that's my anime review to King's Game Episode 2. Hope you guys like it. Welcome to channel, fan, stay for guys and stuff. I'm down below my address, and yeah, hope you guys like it. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys. Wow.